This video is sponsored by Skillshare. The first teaser for Amazon's Lord of the Rings prequel series, The Rings of Power, has now been released, and the response to it has been decidedly mixed. While the proponents of the series praise its diversity and inclusion, traditional fans of the works of Tolkien tend to worry about the liberties taken to the source material. These worries were not mitigated by the recent first-look piece in Vanity Fair, which, if anything, served to further confirm everything Tolkien fans were worried about. But there is more going on in the world of Tolkien, as the Lord of the Rings and Hobbit movie and gaming are up for sale. In this video, we will explore what all this means, as we go through the new information revealed in the Vanity Fair piece, as well as the rights being for sale and how that may affect the Amazon series. In other words, there is a lot going on in the world of Tolkien right now, and whether one is excited about the Amazon series or not, the love millions around the world feel for Tolkien's world is a testament to his creativity. If that inspires you to explore your own creativity, then that's where Skillshare comes into the picture, and they have you covered. Skillshare, this video sponsor, is an online learning community for creatives where you can explore new skills, deepen existing passions, and get lost in creativity to find your way. Skillshare offers classes in topics such as music, photography, film and video production, creative writing, entrepreneurship, and freelancing. Whether you're just starting out or already a working creative wanting to up your game, Skillshare has classes to fit your skill level and your schedule. Classes are usually under 60 minutes and include a combination of video lessons and a class project, enabling you to quickly acquire new skills. For instance, say you want to become a YouTuber, or you're already one trying to grow your channel despite the algorithm seemingly working against you. Then the 15 lessons in the class, from clueless to content creator, make engaging videos that attract an audience with Aaron Polibiab is for you. Since Skillshare sponsors our video, we naturally have a deal for you. The first 1,000 of our subscribers to click the link in the description will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare Premium membership so you can explore your creativity. So click the link in the description to sign up, and special thanks to Skillshare for sponsoring. With that, let's begin by exploring the Vanity Fair piece. On February 10th, marketing for Amazon's The Rings of Power kicked off in earnest, with a paid-for puff piece in Vanity Fair magazine, in which the recurring fan complaints were addressed, and Amazon got to push their narrative out there. About what this series is, the article reads, Amazon's show, which debuts on Prime Video on September 2nd, is based not on a Tolkien novel per se, but on the vast backstory he laid out in the appendices to the Lord of the Rings trilogy. 5 seasons will likely cost the studio well over $1 billion. That kind of budget might decimate other studios, but Tolkien, like space travel, is a personal obsession for Amazon founder Jeff Bezos, who's among the richest people in the world. While the claim that Bezos is obsessed with Tolkien perhaps should be taken with a grain of salt, the main point here is that Amazon have committed to 5 seasons, which could total a $1 billion investment. And if it should fail, it doesn't really matter. Amazon can write off that billion without breaking a sweat. The article then goes through the care with which Tolkien created his world, saying, after the publication of The Fellowship of the Ring and The Two Towers in July and November of 1954, respectively, readers became obsessive. Most people want more and better maps, Tolkien wrote to a friend in 1956. Musicians want tunes and musical notations. Archaeologists inquire about ceramics, metallurgy, tools, and architecture. Historians require more details about the social and political structure. To give them everything, Tolkien informed his publisher, would require a book at least the size of Volume 1. Instead, borrowing from his rejected Silmarillion, he squeezed thousands of years of history into about 150 pages of postscript, which became known as the appendices. These timelines, genealogies, and notes on language and culture became so important to Tolkien that even he stalled the publication of the final book, The Return of the King, to complete them. They play a major part in producing the total effect, Tolkien explained to a foreign publisher in 1961, producing the compelling sense of historical reality. The appendices, then, is what Amazon's The Rings of Power is based on, after they acquired the rights to them for $250 million back in 2017. While the Vanity Fair piece does not dwell on this, the implication of that is that Amazon's The Rings of Power does in no way, shape, or form connect to Peter Jackson's earlier Lord of the Rings and Hobbit movies. Calling the Amazon series a prequel is therefore misleading, because in reality, it's merely a standalone adaptation of the appendices. Now that that's been established, the article then turns to who will be bringing these appendices to life, namely showrunners Patrick McKay and J.D. Payne, high school friends from Northern Virginia who've been writing in Hollywood together for 13 years, though this is their first official credit. Longtime watchers of Midnight's Edge will remember them as the writers of the long-defunct fourth reboot Star Trek movie, the one which would have seen Chris Hemsworth return as Kirk's father due to time-traveling shenanigans. Addressing the frequent fan complaints that they have no credits, the article stated, "The Rings of Power is their first credited IMDb listing. They know it's astounding to them too. We've worked on so many projects with so many awesome and exciting people that never got made or worked on things that did get made and we didn't get credit," says McKay. "We were a little bit of a dark horse, and Amazon talked to absolutely everybody, whoever had any idea for Lord of the Rings." Adds Payne, "We were passionate about the material and had a take that matched Amazon's appetites and ambition. They also apparently had a significant champion in J.J. Abrams, who knew them from their writing on a Star Trek movie and reportedly sang their praises. That Amazon talked with absolutely everyone and decided that they had the best take is spin. What is likely significantly closer to reality is that J.J. Abrams pushed for them, and thinking Abrams is the new Spielberg, Amazon went with his recommendation. Helping them is Game of Thrones co-executive producer Brian Cogman and director J.A. Bayona of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom fame, who would establish the series' tone by directing the first 2 episodes, which also doesn't fill fans with confidence, as that movie is widely considered the worst Jurassic Park movie by far, and it has the lowest Rotten Tomatoes score of the franchise. The article then addresses Tom Shippey, the notable and widely respected Tolkien scholar who was ousted from the production in 2019. About this, the article reads, "The show's resident Tolkien scholar, a widely respected academic named Tom Shippey, gave an apparently unsanctioned interview to a German fan site that July, opining on what the show could and could not explore. Not long after that, Shippey was no longer involved with the series. Both he and the showrunners declined to say what exactly happened, but the obvious assumption was made by fans. It seems like the NDA is basically, if you tell anyone, we can put you through a wood chipper." Note that here, the article, which is a piece commissioned by Amazon, merely reiterate what they would like the fan narrative to be. But this fan interview with Shippey didn't reveal anything that couldn't be surmised from the fact that Amazon only had the rights to the appendices anyway, making it far more likely that violating the NDA was merely an excuse used to get rid of a troublesome scholar whose input they did not appreciate. Case in point, the article next starts breaking down the numerous discrepancies from Tolkien's work, none of which a genuine Tolkien scholar like Tom Shippey would have approved of. Examples include hobbits in the Second Age, themes of forbidden love, and no time jumps. About this, J.D. Payne said, "If you are true to the exact letter of the law, you are going to be telling a story in which your human characters are dying off every season because you're jumping 200 years in time, and then you're not meeting really big important canon characters until season 4. Look, there might be some fans who want us to do a documentary of Middle-earth, but we're going to tell one story that unites all these things." About the diversity, the article stated, "It felt only natural to us that an adaptation of Tolkien's work would reflect what the world actually looks like," says Lindsay Weber, executive producer of the series. "Tolkien is for everyone. His stories are about his fictional races doing their best work when they leave the isolation of their own cultures and come together." When Amazon released photos of its multicultural cast, even without character names or plot details, the studio endured a reflexive attack from trolls, the anonymous online kind. Obviously, there was going to be push and backlash, says Tolkien scholar Mariana Rios Maldonado. But the question is from whom? Who are these people that feel so threatened or disgusted by the idea that an elf is black or Latino or Asian? Here it should be noted that Maldonado is a social justice activist first and a Tolkien scholar only second. Also, the anonymous online trolls she is referring to would be Tolkien fans. They also don't feel threatened by the show's diversity, but rather, they tend to feel making it reflect modern-day society undercuts Tolkien's stated intent of creating an immersive and uniquely British mythology, which is what the appendices were all about. And you will recall the appendices are the only parts of Tolkien's work Amazon have the rights to, for now. On February 9th, Variety broke the exclusive scoop that the Lord of the Rings and Hobbit films and gaming rights are up for sale. Since 1976, those rights have belonged to the Saul Zaentz Company, and during their tenure, the rights have been the subject of litigation aplenty between pretty much every stakeholder, from Warner to the book publisher HarperCollins and to the Tolkien estate itself. There may still be more litigation to come though, as according to Variety, the Salzance Company is proceeding with the sale now, as they are of the opinion that Warner's stake in the rights have lapsed, since they haven't developed any Middle-earth adventures for many years. The article does not say if Warner agrees with the reading of the situation, but considering that they are developing an animated Lord of the Rings spin-off, which does connect to the Peter Jackson continuity, which again, the Amazon series does not, there's every reason to think the Salzance Company's opinion on this matter might be disputed. The Salzance Company is, however, not part of the Amazon series, as through the loopholes of it being a TV series and based on the appendices, the Tolkien estate were able to cut the deal for that directly with Amazon. Now, the Salzance Company has decided that the time has come to cash in, and so they are shopping around for a potential buyer for all the Lord of the Ring and Hobbit movie rights, video game rights, and theme park rights. ACF Investment Bank has been hired to facilitate the sale process, and they are reaching out to potential buyers in Hollywood, and the one explicitly mentioned is Amazon. This sale will probably go through quickly after a brief bidding war, and if Amazon were to come out on top, they would no longer be restricted to the appendices. They would be able to remake both The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Having seen where they are going with the Rings of Power in the appendices, are you excited about the prospect of them potentially remaking the Lord of the Rings as well? Let us know in the comments. And before you go, if you feel inspired, remember to click the link in the description so you too can explore your creativity and be among the 1,000 to get a 1-month free trial of premium Skillshare membership.